this video, we're going to take a quick look at how to add new users to your Joomla website. If you're building a website and you're going to have multiple people help you create this website by adding content or just managing posts to make sure everything's spelled correctly or for any reason, you'll want to create an individual user account for every member. That way you don't give someone that's responsible for publishing content access to the administration side of your website, and where they could accidentally change core settings for the Joomla installation just because they didn't know what they were doing. So you want everyone to have an appropriate access level for your website. So let's get started. So first you want to find your Joomla website. So go to wherever Joomla is installed to. And now we want to go to the administration side. So put /administrator after that. And now just log in. And now this should load the dashboard for Joomla. So I have a fresh installation of Joomla. So I will only have myself as a member. And now let's say I wanted to create a new member that's going to manage all my content. And then later I'll also create editors and authors that will just publish content. So I'll create a new user. So go users, manage. You can click add new user if you want to go directly to that, but I want to manage users first. This will give us a list of all the current users on our website. There is only me at the moment as a super user. You can tell what user group people are assigned to from the list here. So user group, super users. So I'm going to create a new user now as a content management user. So I'm going to go new user, enter in the details for this person. So let's call him Bob. So the only real details you need here are the name of the person, their login name, password, and email. Since this is going to be a manager of content, I do not want them receiving system emails. If this was another administrator to help me, I would set that to yes, but in this case, no. You can block the user, which we don't want to block a newly created user. Now require password reset. So if you set this to yes, they'll be forced and required to change their password when they log in with the temporary password. So now we just want to go to assigned user groups. So this will be the permissions this person has, or the access level they have. So by default, it sets everyone to a registered user. But this, like I said, this is a manager of content. So I'm going to set them to manager. Basically, the access of a manager is everything under content here on the back end, and they can also edit menus. They won't have access to any other settings in the Joomla administration. There are only 3 user levels here that actually have access to the back end of your Joomla website, which is the admin side. And those are the manager, administrator, and super users. Everyone else has access to the front end only. So a manager is basically the manager of all content. You've got publishers, which manage all articles and posts published to your website. They can publish, unpublish, edit any post, not their own only. They can do any. An editor has pretty much the same permissions as a publisher. However, they can't change the publishing settings of a post, but they can edit anyone else's post that's been published or content. An author can only edit their own posts, and they cannot unpublish or change the publishing settings of a post. And those 3 can only access content from the front end of your Joomla website. So when they log in, they'll have access to change content, but they can only change it from the front end. So from yoursite.com, not /administrator. For a full list of what all these user levels are and what they can do, I'll put a link in the description to the official post from Joomla, which looks something like this. So that's the official Joomla document that explains what these levels are. So I'll put a link to that page in the description below this video. And the last thing we need to look at is basic settings. So the first one is the template this user will have, the backend template. I don't change this. I never have done. I have all my users see the same site. So you leave this set to use default. The language, if you've got additional languages set up on your site and your members have a different language, you can change that here. But most of my sites I have all in a single language, so I'll leave that set to use default. Same with the front end. Now the editor, if you've installed a new editor, you can select that here And if your users prefer different editors, you can select different editors for different users. I'll leave that set to default. That way, whenever I change the main user for the website, it changes for everyone. Help site, don't worry about that. And time zone, you can set this to an individual user's time zone or leave it as default so that it uses your website's time zone. Once we're finished with that, we just click Save and Close. So now you see we have a new user called Bob Smith, and his user group is Manager. So you can create as many users as you need to help you run your website and giving them all the appropriate user group. I hope this video has helped you understand creating new users a little bit better. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, comment, and like this video. Thanks for watching.